Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Nails by Sora. I hope you are doing well. Today I want to play around with ombreing. And I'm going to do the basic ombre, like a nude to white ombre. But I'm going to do it 3 different ways. Oh, what's that on my nails, you ask? Well, if you click right here, you'll get a link to my neon florals. They look a bit more orange in camera, but it is more of a hot coral. I'm absolutely in love with them, and I want to wear them forever. This summer is going to be very big with neon, so stay tuned for more neon nails. But anyway, I digress. I've been having trouble. I had a client come in, ask for an ombre nail, and admittedly, I should have chosen one of the other applications that I was more comfortable with, either an acrylic ombre or a dip powder ombre, but instead I chose to do a gel ombre, and it did not come out to my liking. I don't think it came out to her liking, so I feel like I really need to practice my ombreing technique, so that's what this video is going to be all about. So I want to do it 3 different ways. And the one that I'm going to start out with is to create kind of a gradation of this milky white color, which is Fresh as a Daisy from Magpie Beauty, down the entire length of the nail, kind of in line with the nails that Apres just put out with the ombre tips. The nail is pretty much all white already. It fades very slightly down the nail so that you can ombre, or I should say up the nail, so that you can ombre from the tip down with your nude. So that's what I'm going to do. And we'll see if we can get this technique working, because I know a lot of people really love the ombre look, and I would like to be able to provide it in gel form. And I do know that it's easier to ombre with slightly translucent or transparent colors, so that's why I'm choosing the milky whites. So I'm going to do a full nail, 1 coat, so that we have that translucency up at the back of the nail. And then I'm going to slowly make it a little bit more opaque from the tip down. Let's remove some of this excess gel from underneath the nail. Not that it matters, really. And I'm going to give this a 60-second cure. Alright, so we're going in for our 2nd coat of milky white, but this one I'm going to start at the tip and slowly fade it down. Now to fade it, I'm just going to take as much of the color off of my brush as possible and just slowly pull it. So you can see we have more of an opaque quality at the tip. I'm actually going to put a little bit more on. And then I'm going to use my ombre brush. Separate those bristles out. All right, so we're going to give this another 60-second cure, and then we're going to go in with our color. So the color I'm going to be using is Vintage Carnation from Apres. This is the color that came in the ombre kit, but of course you can use whatever neutral, nude, pinky color that you want, or you can use, a color. It doesn't have to be nude, just colors that are very similar to each other. Ombre better, because you're looking to create a mix of the two. And if they're too drastic a difference, you're going to have difficulty mixing them. I've kind of want to try it, maybe another video with multiple colors doing this method, because we're not mixing the colors, we're just feathering an overlay. So it may work a little bit more easily. But for this purposes of this video and getting the technique down, I'm going to do it with the traditional colors and then see what kind of effects that we get. Okay, so now we're going to move into the nude portion of the video. And we're going to add our color. So I'm going to do it as I would do it on the nail, and put a very slight amount at the cuticle line. Wipe my brush off and then pull it down the nail. Now you don't have to use the applicator. You can use, of course, the ombre brush as you did with the last portion, and just slightly feather it up the nail. I am using a little bit of alcohol to thin it out. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the lamp. That blue, by the way, is the gummy tack that's sticking it to the nail stand. So don't think that there's any weird discoloration in the polish. I'm going to stick this in the lamp, and then I'm going to do another coat of the vintage Carnation, and I'm only going to feather it halfway. I actually want to remove some of the pigment from the tip because we want it to be as white as possible. Now I just want to stress that this is not a tutorial. This is me experimenting and seeing if I can perfect it. So if it works, great. I will stick with whatever method works the best, and you can take from it what you need to. But I try to show my learning process as much as real life tips and tricks that I've experienced that actually work. But a lot of times my videos are going to be my learning process. So use whatever works for you, take it, learn from it, and maybe give me some advice, because I don't always know what I'm doing. But I like to experiment and show you, you know, my process. All right, going back in with our second coat of vintage Carnation. And I'm just using some alcohol to dilute it. All right, that's not bad. I'm gonna pop this in the lamp, give it a top coat, and then we're going to go on to our next method. There is a little bit of streakiness. I could probably blend it a little bit better on the first pass, but this so far is working out better than anything I've done lately. Okay, so for our next ombre method, we are starting out with 2 coats of vintage Carnation, and we've got 2 pieces of a kind of like a milk sponge, but just like one of these like little triangle sponges that I cut pieces off. And I've got this easy picker that I got from Myth Millo. You press the plunger and you get like a little picker so that you can pick up your milk sponge. I have 2 sizes here. I think the first one I did is a little bit too small, so I'm going to use it to grab around the edges so that it's fluffy on the other side. Step on through to the other side. And sorry for that brief musical interlude. I always forget to shake my gel polishes. I do it at work. Why don't I do it at home? Shake your gel polishes. Anyway, so I'm going to take some white, fresh as a daisy, same as before, and I'm going to use it to dab onto the tip. Now, I've tried this method before. It hasn't really worked, but why not try again? Because you know the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again and expecting a different result. This one might actually work better for a full-on white. So I'm going to take my perfect white. Because the sponge is picking up more than it's putting down. All right, well that's better. Still gonna have to do a lot of layers. All right, I'm going to cure that and then go in for subsequent layers. I have an idea for something. If the second layer doesn't yield much results or much of a difference, I'm going to see about switching things up a bit. Stay tuned. Okay, so while there is more color, it's not nearly as much as I would like, and it's giving it quite a like pointillism effect to it, and I've got a hair on it, which we will wipe off. So what I'm going to do is take my perfect white, brush it on, feather it down, and then take the sponge and kind of blend it out, which is just removing the color. I've seen people do this. Why isn't it not working for me? Disappointment. Bother. Okay, so the last technique that I am going to try for today is the traditional technique, which is blending the two together on the nail. So I'm starting out with one coat of the Milky White, fresh as a daisy, and I'm going to go in with both colors and blend them. So I'm going to take Vintage Carnation and bring it down from the cuticle line. And then I'm going to take Fresh as a Daisy and bring it up from the free edge. Then I'm going to use my ombre brush to feather them together. So you want to concentrate on the horizon line. That's where the two colors meet. You don't need to bring it too far back or too far forward. You just want to blend that line so that you get an even mix of the two colors. And that already is a lot better than the other two versions that I have done so far in this video. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit from the top because I'm getting a little bit thin, and bring it up a little bit from the bottom. We're going to do 2 passes with this. So that's going to be the first. I'm going to give it a 60-second cure and then go back and do a second coat.
Understand the things that we want. Why do you keep coming back? I want love you don't know. So why are you here? Yeah, I should take it back so that you don't know where my heart is at.
Alright, so here are our 3 nails from this video. The one in the center is the last one I did. You can definitely see a marked difference. It came out the best out of all 3. The first one isn't bad. It's definitely a worthy technique. It just needs a little bit more finesse. There's streakiness in the tip. You can see the blush color kind of patchy on top of the white, and it's not a pure white at the tip. This one, the second one I did, obviously I was having difficulty with it, so it didn't, fare too well. But, the tried and true method of just blending 2 similar colors and tones together really works quite well. So I think where I went wrong with my client is I didn't trust my instincts. I hadn't done ombre in a while, and I asked one of the other techs if I should use a pure white or a milky white, and she said to use a pure white, and it didn't work out well. But bottom line is practice your techniques. Make sure that you're comfortable with it before you try to translate it onto a client's nails, and just, as always, have fun. And if you have any comments or questions, please drop them down below in the comments section. Any techniques you're looking to perfect, you want me to do a video on, let me know. The products I used will be listed in the description box, and thank you for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so that you know when new videos are available, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.